Got your number?
Hey, fellas. Let me see. Hey, fellas, if y'all gonna do that, hey, just keep it down in there. Because you ain't hear none of that, did you? Sorry, Major, you ain't hear it? You heard it?
You recording right now?
Yeah. Man, we had the show, man. We had the show. Let's go. Let's go.
You got them locked up. Got to lock them up in there, boy.
Got them locked up, man. So we in, man.
The whole
we
plan.
In.
But yeah,
exactly.
So what we got going on, man? Go ahead. Start it off.
So first off, you going with women's flag football.
You want to talk about that? You want to talk about women's flag football? I saw a thing today that came across Twitter, Instagram, somewhere, where Nike and the NFL has pledged $5 million for girls flag football in high school. Each state, I guess they signed a petition for each state. It's a petition by state to see who, wants to support girls flag football. Now, in reading a little bit more into that, I saw some comments that came right after that was talking about, we want to see the boys volleyball, we want to see, girls baseball.
Yes.
Talking about so where does it end? You know what I'm saying? Where do it stop? I mean, what you think about girls? I mean, you got all the coaches. They got this women's movement now going on with coaches.
Yeah.
Yeah. And girls flag football.
I know. When I was in high school, we had the Powder Puff Football League, that type of thing. I think that really took off in high school. We had some of the females go out, more athletic, stuff like that. They go out and play a game and all that. But then everything always goes down to, like, is the fans gonna come watch it? Or is it just gonna be a bunch of mom and dads in the, just supporting their daughters, out playing? Or will it actually? Because I can say that it'll be competitive when you get women out, young ladies out there that, say you get some track athletes, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Some of those soccer players, all that stuff that you mix in with a little bit of those softball girls, basketball girls. You know what I'm saying? You got some athletic females out there, in their own, sport that they play and all that. So then that gives them another avenue. But then it goes into, now, are you just trying to create something just to say that females are doing it? And just like you say, now we having a big push with females, sports and stuff like that, and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But then now you got to make sure it goes back to, is people going to stand in the stands and see it? High school football is huge. And even 7-on-7 football. Now it's big.
Some people have said about it, they don't support women's sports like they do the male sport.
Right, they do males, yes.
And they kind of questioned, hey, we're not stopping the females from playing with the guys.
Yes.
You got kickers in college now, got them kicking, and exactly. I don't see them playing no other position but kicker.
Yes. And
I just don't see them at nose tackle or corner, the corner out on the island. I don't see it happen. Running back.
Unless this turn, listen. So Sergeant Major, like, I call you Sergeant Major because, your military background, 30 years, Sergeant Major in the United States Army, big salute on that. You know what I'm saying? In the military background, that's how me and you. So the thing is, even with us in the military, our most fit to fight female compared to our most fit to fight male. It's a reason why it's a difference in the structure of the body. You know what I'm saying? All the things that need to we everybody already knows this, so we don't even got to go down that line or whatever. We could just say this. It's a difference in between that, and all that. So then when you talking about females getting out there in the field, when you trying to compete with other males, that's gonna be out of the question. First of all, especially a sport like football, we just can't even go down the road with that. You know what I'm saying? So then now you go to, something like the flag football. So then you got to make it, other females get in. You got to make it, you got to get the most premier athletes out there. So you got to go get the track girls,
right.
The girls out there, stuff like
right.
that. Then you teaching them a new sport. You teaching them like, to go, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that, I guess it just depends on.
I think it's a novelty idea.
Yeah.
Go that powder puff route. I wouldn't talk about state championships and division championships and regionals and whatever. Maybe do some tournaments on, like 7-on-7 or whatever it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because it's flag football ain't gonna be 11-on-11 no way.
No, it's gonna have to be 7.
It's gonna be 7-on-7. So
air it out.
You might as well just have like travel ball tournaments and things on the weekends, and where you can, if they want to do them on Thursday or Wednesday or whatever, and play other schools, or just don't spend a lot of money. Well, Nike and the NFL is, like I say, had put up $5 million to get it. So I don't know if that's advertisement or what does that $5 million? I didn't even see what that $5 million covered.
I mean, and who's to say that these females aren't? I mean, they're gonna be interested in doing this. So you got to look. Some of these females, they already tip-top basketball. Tip top volleyball, softball. Let's say track.
I mean, but you got that element that they ain't doing nothing. They might be carjacking or shoplifting or something. They hard and I've seen female tackle football players. And
you got the little.
Ain't no prima donnas now. They none of them prima donnas. I ain't saying they. I don't even want to go.
That's what I'm saying. I think that. And then
football, man, come on now.
And we don't want to get
flag football. We ain't really talking about tackle football. We talking about flag football.
I mean, you got the lingerie football league where you got the females out there, and them females are some athletes. First of all, I mean, people can look that up on YouTube and stuff like that. You can tell those girls, those women are. That ain't
what the high school football gonna look like.
Thank you, and it can't look like that for one. But then that just shows you how this can come on. I think that Nike's making a pledge. This is one of their pledge to. To the women's community, to the men. Thank you to the women's community.
Especially how they screwed them with the track, the Nike track.
Oh yeah,
you seen that documentary yet on the Nike track?
Exactly. Some of them track athletes when they got pregnant and stuff like that, and Nike didn't want to support them.
So why not give a few dollars for some flag football, and we can partner with the NFL, and look what we're doing for female. Nike been around for a minute. They plan on staying around. I don't think they going nowhere. No time soon.
They not.
They ain't going nowhere. It's another one of their gimmicks, Yep.
For some type of philanthropy, just to start something and just say that they did it, and just move on from that. So then that's it. Yeah.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about with flag football. I mean, girls flag football. It did interest me, but it. I wouldn't care for it. I don't think I'd go see a game.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with it,
If I have a daughter playing, maybe I'd go see it. But, you get 14 parents there, 28 parents at the game. And
that's it.
Some teachers or whatever. But that's about it.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? What's up?
So now let's move on to Lamar Jackson. You got
you coming right out the gate, boy.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, let's move on to Lamar Jackson. Let's get to it.
Nah. Okay, Lamar Jackson. Let me see.
Yes.
All right, Lamar Jackson. I started looking around at Lamar Jackson. His not statistics, but just what he had done over the last few years, at Baltimore. And it's like look like he done pretty well. You know, 1 year he led the most touchdown passes and MVP 1 year.
Yep.
I think he's been in the playoffs every year since he's been there, right? I don't think he missed a playoff game yet, right? He just won his first playoff game.
Yeah, he just won his first playoff game.
But he's been in the playoffs every year that he's been
since he took over. Yep. Since he took over.
That's the same dude that was gonna play wide receiver for the team that drafted him right after the combine.
You remember? You remember? He didn't run the 40 purposely because of that, because they wanted him to run the 40 and all that. And he was like, I ain't running the 40. Like, no. Because
I run faster than wide receivers. Y'all know that.
He said, and the rumor was he would have went out there and ran a 4.2. And I believe it's legit because we've seen him in the field. And we know he runs a lot faster than all the rest of those cats. So I can definitely say that I believe that 4.2 is going to happen. And that's the reason he didn't want to run.
So in looking at Lamar and his accomplishments and, you know, his status on where he stands right now, his game, it appears to me that maybe all Lamar needs is a number one.
Oh, facts. We talked about that. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm looking, I'm looking right now like, hey, wait a minute, hold on now. We done been to the playoff 3 years. We ain't in the playoff yet. We shit, man. That's gold hoof. That's gold hoofs right there. He got the gold hoofs already, okay? Because that's part of that goatism is being consistent about where you're going each year.
Exactly. Playoff team since he was a starter.
So now he done took him, he done led him to the playoffs.
Yep.
It looked like to me he might need a number one. And shit, if I think, you get that, you might end up seeing, him and Mahomes playing for the AFC Championship game year after year.
Yes.
So I never been a big Lamar fan. I ain't been, and not saying that I didn't like him. I just didn't care for him. I like watching him. I spin moves and all the good stuff, and I like to see him challenged. I like to see interesting, well-balanced football game. I don't like blowouts, and when Alvin Kamara running for 6 touchdowns, ain't nothing I want to see.
Yeah, exactly.
That's telling me that it's a bad defense over there on the other side, and one cat run for 6 touchdowns in a game.
Yeah.
But Lamar looked like Lamar might be that guy. He might be. Yep. He might be able to challenge a little bit, if you a number one. I'm talking about, and I ain't talking about no rookie number one, I won the Biletnikoff. I mean, it'll be nice to have the boy Chase? Is it Chase?
Chase.
Somebody
Chase,
like that. Jamar Chase or whatever, whatever his name is.
Chase.
Yeah, or a Bama dude,
Devontae Smith.
My mind is not, man. It's just like, but I don't know, man. It looked like Lamar might be that guy, man. He might look like he can do a little something.
So going back, what you saying? Just to recap on that. Lamar Jackson, 23 years old. This is his 3rd year playing in the league. He took over. 2018, 2019. Was his MVP season. We already know what that was. His completion percentage was 66% completed pass. He passed for 3,000 yards, 36 touchdowns. He rushed for another 1,000 plus. Wow. And then he had 25, 25? Is that 25 touchdowns or whatever?
Passes?
Yeah, 36 touchdowns. Passed for 36 touchdowns. Okay. This last season, 15, he had his completion percentage, 64%. So he dropped a little bit. He dropped, 26 touchdowns he threw, 9 interceptions.
Okay.
Threw for 2,757 yards. Still rushed for another 1,000.
Okay. Okay.
That's going
So
back to that.
what the leader throw for this year?
What you talking about? The leader of the NFL?
Yeah, yardage wise. Yeah, when that Brady, then Brady threw for most touchdowns.
Yeah, Brady.
He threw for 40 touchdowns.
Passing leaders. Let me see. Passing leaders 2020.
NFL.
So we go here. We go to your boy DeShawn Watson threw for the most yards.
Okay.
DeShawn Watson had he had the yardage with 4,823 yards, 70%. You know what I'm saying? Touchdowns.
See, and that's
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron
Rodgers threw 48 touchdowns. Tom Brady was second with 40.
With 40. Okay.
Him and Russell Wilson was tied for second.
So here go the thing about that. If Lamar throw for 2,000 and the leader throw for 4,000, that just go to show you she ain't got nobody to throw to.
Yeah, look at.
You see what I mean? I mean, because you threw for 2,000. You probably don't have 1,000-yard receiver. You probably got, you know what I mean? You probably got 3 or 4 receivers with a few hundred yards apiece.
Yep. And then just like we say, when your leading receiver is the damn tight end.
Yeah.
Even I would think that
like when Drew Brees them throwing for 5,000 and 4,000 and got 3,000-yard receivers on one squad or 2,000-yard receivers. I bet Baltimore don't have that.
Listen to this. Just like so let's go back to that. I'm gonna name. It was 12 quarterbacks in the NFL that threw for over 4,000 yards. Number 12, Matthew Stafford. Number 11, Derek Carr. Number 10, Phillip Rivers. Number 9, Russell Wilson.
That's this year?
That's this year.
Okay.
Number 9 was Russell Wilson. Number 8 was Kirk Cousins. Number 7, Aaron Rodgers. Number 6, Justin Herbert. Oof, the rookie. 4,336 yards.
Yeah, he lit it up.
Josh Allen at number 5 with 4,500. Matt Ryan threw for 4,581. Tom Brady 4,633. Patrick Mahomes second with 4,740.
She had 3,000 of them. Hell, he had 1,000 in the first game when they beat us the first time. Yeah. She'd have had 1,000 yards in the first in the half.
so look, and DeShawn Watson number 1 with the 48. 23. So look, the top 3: DeShawn Watson, Patrick Mahomes, and Tom Brady. We know the people that DeShawn, with Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, threading the field. Come on. DeShawn Watson ain't just throw. DeShawn Watson actually got some receivers that can stretch the field.
That's crazy because everybody talk about D-Hop.
Yeah.
Being gone and your quarterback lead the league in passing yardage after he leaves. Now that look like that's defense to me. That don't look like that's offense to me. That look like that's defense to me.
Yes.
You can't stop nobody from scoring is what that looks like. If I can lead the league in passing yardage, I mean I'm tearing the defense up. We tearing them up. I led the league in passing yardage.
Yes.
My team ain't playing no defense evidently because I'm shredding your defense, but we losing games. Y'all just shredded our defense.
Yes. And they just going in. So that goes back to.
So now DeShawn, should be pretty happy about where he is right now. Maybe the best place for him is Houston. They may just need to use some of them picks that they trying to trade and get a defensive player, or trade Watt. You got to get rid of somebody. Get rid of Watt.
Yeah.
You got some edge. Watt ain't no spring chicken now. He ain't always healthy either. So you go get you one of them edge rushers out of college, or one of them 2 or 3 year guys that ain't killed himself like Watt has. Not saying that Watt ain't got nothing left in the tank, but evidently Watt want a new outlook on where he playing at too. I don't think he want to be there. He hadn't been as boisterous as DeShawn. Like I want to be traded, but I'm sure he'd encourage a trade if they brought it up.
And the thing is about Houston, just like we said, you made the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
Beating the Super Bowl champion last year. You was beating them. You know what I'm saying? Now you go winning whatever they won. And you don't have a pick in the first round, second round. You don't pick into the third round with just like you say, with all the holes on your defense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just like, and just so we go back to that. DeShawn Watson had some receivers because at the end of the day, DeShawn Watson still passed for 4,823 yards. You don't pass for that many yards and lead the league without having weapons to throw to.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't the offense. It's got to be the defense.
Yes.
So it sounds like when you hear everybody talk. They need to go get him. And the D-Hop thing comes up. Yes. It comes up that. Oh, they got rid of D-Hop. He ain't got no number one or whatever. Well, hell, evidently them 2s and 3s doing pretty good for him to lead the league in passing yardage.
Yes.
See, I ain't saying TDs.
Yep.
Or, I say yardage. So if he eating up real estate, every game he eating up some real estate. I don't know what that offense averaging, but for him to be leading passing yardage, I like to see what they running. They running a game. What that looks like.
See, but that's where it get interesting. So this is the thing about. So let's run down the Houston receivers. Randall Cobb.
Okay.
Randall Cobb is a baller.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
And Will Fuller. Those are your top 3 receivers.
We got some veterans, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you got a bunch of
around them young corners.
Thank you. So you might not have somebody like a DK Metcalf.
They getting bits and pieces. Like I said, you ain't got no 1,000-yard receivers, and none of them guys you just gave me.
But you got just like you say.
Now they used to be 1,000-yard receivers. They know how to be.
Yes.
But Father Time is like, they look at Father Time in that mirror every morning.
Yes.
They ain't young stickies no more. They ain't running around out there like they used to, because Randall Cobb used to go get it now.
Come on now.
All 3 of them cats used to go get it. What's the second guy you say? What's the second guy you named?
We said Randall Cobb.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. Yeah.
He's a burner.
Yeah.
He's a burner.
Yeah.
He's another one of them burners and get to it. You know what I'm saying? And then he, look at Will Fuller. Mm-hmm. Will Fuller played 11 games. He had 878 yards receiving, 8 touchdowns. That's Will Fuller.
Damn.
Okay. Brandon Cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Cooks this year. Brandon Cooks had 15 games. 81 catches for 1,150 yards.
Oh, he did 1,000 yards. Okay.
Like we said, Brandon 6 touchdowns, had a good season.
Okay.
Like Brandon Cooks ain't a number 1, but just like you say, he's a veteran.
Mm-hmm. Veteran gonna get you some catches.
Thank you. Line him up if you want to with one of them nickel corners, and he gonna get loose.
They gonna be fast. Yeah.
So he knows how to get open. Okay, now let's go to Randall Cobb.
Mm-hmm.
Another veteran. You know what I'm saying? He used to do it out there at Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, so he know how to get open.
Mm-hmm.
He played in 10 games. He had 38 catches for 441 yards, 3 touchdowns. So I got you. Probably dealt with some injuries, stuff like that.
Okay.
So then you go with Kenny Stills. Let's see what Kenny Stills had.
Yeah, Kenny Stills. I remember him.
Kenny Stills probably balled out too. He dealt with injuries this year.
He was hurt. Yeah, he been hurt. Mm-hmm.
10 games. He played in 10 games, 11 catches for 144 yards. Yeah.
I go get that. I get that every year.
So basically, Deshaun Watson was spreading the ball around to, you know what I'm saying, his main guy was Brandon Cooks making it happen. But everybody else was just, you know, in and out of the lineup due to injury, anything like that. But he was spreading the ball around. So just like you say. But
I think the D-Hop trade got him salty. I really think that I think that trade really got him salty. And, you know, D-Hop was looking out for D-Hop.
Yeah.
D-Hop was in a situation just like dude, man, when, you know, he wanted out of there.
Yes.
So now he turned right around. Here goes Jackson. I mean, Watson talking about the, you know, I want out, and the management and didn't allow me to be part of the new general manager and blah, 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 whatever. And I'm like, oh, man, play football. You know, play football. No, play. Just don't worry about it. Be a general manager when you get done with the game.
Come on, man.
I mean, you sitting on a nucleus of what could be something if just let it be known that what you need. And let them go about doing that. You know, I've already, but you don't need to be sitting in on no meetings and, you know, everything they talking about. You worry about where your money going, you know. I think he let, and you know, and I told you, talking to you before about them agents and things too. I really believe a lot of times that these guys put these young kids in these situations that they trying to benefit that payroll for themselves too. You know, especially if you get a guy that you know that's getting a $160 million contract. You know, your commission on that might look real good. Mm-hmm. You know, whatever the percentage is, 3-4%, 5%, whatever.
Yep.
You gonna make you some millions too off that contract. So they trying to get theirs, and you know, nobody can anticipate when all hell go break loose.
I think that the biggest thing, just like how you know what I'm saying, you saying about D-Hop is, just like you said, the thing about D-Hop, you signed that $160 million contract.
You talking about DeShawn or D-Hop?
No, yeah. So going back to DeShawn, but I want to discuss the D-Hop too because that's the connection. Okay. But didn't he sign that deal after they let go D-Hop? You remember? They let go D-Hop. And then they signed him to that deal, and everybody was like, "Oh, well, they did that."
The way they had the money available under the cap. Yeah.
So you allowed them to do that to make you happy,
to benefit for your personal gain.
Yeah. So my thing is this.
So my thing is going back to his representation, because dude probably ain't sitting in that boardroom or whatever going over sheet by sheet by sheet.
Yeah.
You know, them lawyers looking over that kind of thing. You allowed your agent, your representation.
Thank
you. They knew that when D-Hop went bye-bye.
Thank you.
It was going to free up a little bit of money.
Yes.
There we go again.
And if you were so disgruntled, you was just this disgruntled last summer when they let D-Hop go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You go out and ball. You went out and ball, and everybody was like, they ain't expect that from you because D-Hop gone, you're number one.
Right.
Still went out and ball.
You just boss yourself.
What?
Justification. Like what I always say, go play the game. Play the game, and let's talk about it based on your performance. Let's based on what have you done for us lately. That's what they're gonna ask.
Yes.
What have you done for us lately? Lamar, he said. Lamar have been to the playoff 3 years in a row. Lamar, won an MVP. Lamar said.
Yep. So Lamar just waiting.
Nobody trying to trade Lamar Jackson to get rid of Lamar Jackson.
And they not. And he ain't even gonna be talking no junk like that because Lamar know he's in the.
Only get better as that team get better. As they build that team around Lamar, it's gonna get better. If that defense could ever come back the way it was, that Ray Lewis, Ed Reed type shit, if that could happen, man, come on.
Well, you create turnovers.
That'd be the team. Oh, and speaking of turnovers, I heard a stat today about the 12 or the 11 teams that the Patriots, them 11 teams.
Yeah.
I want to say that I heard them 11 teams defense averaged something like 18 points a game. It was something about them 11 years. I think it was some 11 years or something. The defense averaged 18 points a game. It was some outrageous stat. I don't know where I saw that at today. It don't sound like I'm quoting it the right way.
Yeah.
Now it don't sound right.
What, they talking about the Patriots defense or the defenses that they played against the Patriots this year?
Let's see. To give them the defense for 11 years, 18 points per game. I wrote it down just like I saw it. The defense for 11 years, 18 points per game. That don't sound right. But it was, I don't know what that quote was. Anyway, I digress on that one.
Yeah.
I'll try to find it and figure it out and make a note of it the next time we do this. I'll go ahead and correct that one because it was, I wrote it down. I wrote down defense 11 years, 18 points per game. Because I was looking at another thing about that Patriot Way thing we was talking about. And they were talking about the coaches and the personnel and Belichick having to pick the right personnel
yes,
in order to complement the Brady Way.
Yeah.
So here's that argument again about there's no such thing as the Patriot Way, it's the Brady Way. No, it is a Patriot Way. And, they facilitated the players, every player that came into that organization was hand-selected by Belichick. He had something to do with it, them coming in order to complement whatever it was that Brady needed.
Yeah.
So, and we know they didn't bring in a lot of big guns. They didn't bring in the Terrell Owens and them big. They had a Randy Moss, probably the biggest name receiver, but them later years, nothing. But anyway, that's that on the Lamar Jackson thing. So it was something that you had said. It was another quarterback. What was the other quarterback that you was going to talk about?
DeShawn was going to talk about DeShawn.
Oh, we talking about DeShawn. Okay, yeah. We still talking about DeShawn. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so, going into DeShawn, breaking it down, just, him wanting to trade.
Mm-hmm.
He passed for that many yards last year. Everybody's giving you super kudos. Those is MVP type numbers. You're on a team that needs stuff, and then you don't pick into the third round. But just like you said, DeShawn has nothing but everybody's on his side in this. But I think that slowly, as this starts to play out, you're going to lose the argument in the long run. Because now, just like so this week, Matthew Stafford goes to the Rams for a trade with Goff. Right. They said that it was they called questioning about DeShawn Watson.
Okay.
The asking price was too much. They was like, it's too much. We one, his contract. Two, you gonna ask us to give up too much. Like we not about to trade almost our entire team to get Deshaun Watson, and now we basically become your organization and you become us. Hell no, we ain't helping you out. We ain't helping you out of that dumpster fire. Like it's over, So that's the thing, because they asking astronomical stuff. Houston basically, so basically, and in a way, Houston doing this to? Oh well, we tried to trade you, just nobody would take the trade because they're asking for something that no team's gonna get. Because Houston, like, man, we trading you away. Yeah, you the best thing we got to slice with. You the reason that we're gonna be able to rebuild.
They gotta go through the process.
Yes.
Dot them I's and cross them T's that we offered. Yeah. Nobody wanted to pick up the contract. Because I'm telling you, if you talk about $160 million at one spot, that's what the offer is at another spot. And then the next spot, and the next spot. Somebody got to bite on that. Or I could stay over here in Houston and make that $160 million and just play and just go out and play. I've got the money.
Yep.
How many times have you seen that happen with players and just get the money? And look what Le'Veon did.
Facts.
Yeah, kind of smart guy. Guy played it the right way. He, Sunday later I'll be on the field.
Yep.
So he playing in the bowl and he got his money.
I think you just like you going back to the Lamar Jackson, DeShawn Watson, the whole thing. You got this new wave of quarterbacks, and then what you're trying to do is you comparing yourself to Patrick Mahomes in a way. I feel like because you're wanting to win so fast. You remember back in the NFL, Sergeant Major, when you was a rookie quarterback, and nobody expected you to start winning until like your fourth year. Right. Maybe even your fifth year, you make the playoffs, and you won't even win your first playoff game until year 6. No, you MVP, man. You don't even think about the MVP until you're like your 8th season, and stuff like that. And then maybe we get into now during that time, Brian, your 8th season. Now we making the playoffs. Now you won an MVP, and now we got a Super Bowl.
You might even be on your second team. On your second team by then.
Come on now. But nowadays, you got outliers in the curve that came in these quarterbacks that has had quick success. Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, when he first came in, won a Super Bowl, his second season or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Then went back again and then ain't been back since that pass down at the goal line. But just like we say, that early success don't mean you gotta stay focused on your craft and staying in your lane. Like we started out this conversation talking about Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson just had his 3rd season starting, been to the playoff all 3 years. Right. Finally won his first playoff game. Won an MVP last season. Hey, Sergeant Major, that's his 3rd season. Lamar Jackson should be getting ready to start negotiating his contract. Yeah. You don't hear him arguing. You don't hear him talking about, hey, I need a number one. Hey, Lamar Jackson getting on TV smiling. Yeah, I gotta play better. We're gonna get better. I'm gonna come back better than ever next year. Everybody know that, but you don't hear him. He's just trying to make it happen, man. And that's what you gotta do. When you get into situations like that, you just gotta stay in your lane. You gotta have tunnel vision. You can't be looking to your left or your right. You gotta stay in your lane and keep perfecting your craft. Because and just let it be done. And DeShawn Watson was doing a great job of that. As of late, all of a sudden, I want to trade and all that. And I remember you said something pivotal this week. You said, think about J.J. Watt, who is the face of that organization, who's been the face of that organization all these years. And now DeShawn Watson has slowly started to take that face. But look at J.J. Watt all these years, and he stayed the course.
Oh yeah.
This was his first year, basically starting to speak out and all that stuff of what's going on. Because he's getting old. He's like, man, I don't want to be a part of no rebuild. I probably got to. In his head, he probably saying, man, I only got so many years in me. I ain't got time for that. I need to be playing. That's him. But
I think that he need a change. I mean, look at my boy Sue from Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
That dude at Detroit, that dude in Miami, that dude at he just bouncing around. We in the Rams.
He did.
I think he did play with the Rams the whole season.
That Super Bowl season.
Yeah. So look at that. You don't see him. He ain't stomping on nobody's neck no more, or none of that foolishness he used to do. Because that can't happen to be in the league, man. It's too easy to be out the league.
Yep.
It's too easy to be out the league. Ask my man from Seattle who whipped up on his girlfriend.
Oh man!
See how quick they let him go.
Terrible.
And he a free agent. He was a free agent signed. He ain't even. He done beat the odds.
Yeah, he done.
Beat the odds, dude. Now you done. Some stupid shit. The league not for long. Not for long. So these guys these older guys that's getting the opportunity to play in the Super Bowl, like you say, Pierre Paul, that's been around for a while, JPP, Uh, I like watching them old guys that's coming back around to them now. That
Exactly.
they getting the opportunity. Even guys, I say older guys, like a guy like AB.
Yep.
AB been around for a minute. AB, you kind of look at AB like he's a young guy. But
Yep.
AB really not a young, he's really not a young player. He's a veteran receiver.
Yep.
And just to see him get a second chance at this whole football thing, I'm like, man, what if AB win a Super Bowl, man?
What if he win a Super Bowl and go out there and be the MVP?
What if AB get off? What if AB get off this Sunday? Just turn it out like Tariq Hill did the Bucs in week 12.
And ball.
It could happen.
Yep.
It could happen, and I like them kind of stories right there. Them the stories I like to see written. And, that's probably going to be my story to write that story for me this weekend and see the AB get off and, raise that MVP trophy. And because, I like to see AB after he, when he get happy.
Yeah.
AB happy, man, is he hilarious, because it's just it's better than AB off his meds, I don't like to see AB off his meds. He's just a different person, man.
Listen, man, I think we all rooting for AB after this season. You know what I'm saying? Taking the league minimum. Coming out.
Let's hope.
Just, I remember watching some games where I see plays where he be open.
But what do he do? He can't go home with Tom Brady. When the season over with, that last game Sunday, Monday morning, he can't. Hey, can I get a ride, Tom? Can I go to your house? And he got to go somewhere.
It's free agent.
And now all of a sudden, he out there. He gonna be out there again.
Yep.
And who's gonna be the recipient this time? Who's gonna scoop him up? Is he gonna be able to come back? He gonna be able to come back and sign again? Think Tom's gonna bring him back?
Like you say, man, it's a quarterback out there that's looking for a number one. And Lamar Jackson.
Now AB becomes a journeyman.
Well, I think he's on. Yeah.
Not here a journeyman because there's some journeyman for hire that been around the league now. There's some guys that played in some teams. They everybody ain't Larry Fitzgerald or receivers mostly stay around the same team for a while, but still they go a bunch of places. Like your Brandon Cooks and what's the boy named Emmanuel Sanders and brothers that been around, man. Anybody ain't a T.Y. Hilton or whatever. T.Y. still handling things in Indianapolis.
Man.
Dude ain't there no more. Peyton ain't even there no more. He go T.Y. Still doing his thing, man.
Yep.
T.Y. Hill, little joker, man. Little old man.
Still out there getting it.
So, I don't know what like I said, what do AB become? Do he become a journeyman? Or like you say, do we need a number one? Do we want to lead Tom? No. Do AB want it? Can Lamar handle a receiver like AB in the huddle? See what I'm saying? It's a respect thing with them quarterbacks too now. So you get this veteran that go in there on this young boy. Can Lamar tell him, hey man, shut the hell up, or whatever, get out my huddle, or or whatever? Can he able to tell AB that? And what switch do that hit with AB when that happens? See, they're going to be in the number one in a perfect position to be that one. You call it.
Yeah.
But can Lamar take that role as that lead, that quarter? Do a quarterback supposed to be able to have that kind of control? Or is that just, what they say, I think it's the truth. I think quarterbacks have that kind of control over their huddle, over their players. And if you don't have it, then you got problems.
Yeah.
AB ain't cutting up in the huddle with Brady.
Nah, he not.
And I don't want to make Brady sound like, Darth Vader, the Superman or nothing with these powers and things, but he has a whole different aura about his leadership that them young guys don't have. They don't know how to have that kind of, especially when you got a veteran receiver, even like with Kyler Murray and damn D-Hop. I mean, it's got to be hard for, especially if you're not throwing to that guy. You know, I told you a lot of times I see Mike Evans and say, well, Mike Evans lazy. Mike Evans ain't like he ain't part of the game plan. It's like he don't even want to be here. Sometimes it's almost like the ball got to be served up on a platter for Mike Evans. If it's not, he won't dive, he won't jump, he won't, but he's consistent about being there when you need him though. When you least expect it, Mike Evans make a catch. And it's like, damn, he ain't caught a ball in a quarter. Yep. But he, on that 3rd down and 9, he was right there to get it. So a rookie quarterback look at him like, I can't make that throw to him because he ain't going to give me no effort. He already mad about me he ain't got 2 catches on the day. Mike Evans had 2 and 3 catches a bunch of times this year in the game. He ain't complaining. Like, I saw his press conference and Mike Evans, man, he said, man, I ain't even like Tom Brady growing up. He said, I was a Peyton Manning fan. I didn't like Tom Brady. And I said, shoot, that I wouldn't tell my quarterback that, 2 or 3 days before the Super Bowl. I was like, man, we know Brady ain't using, but it's crazy how much control the quarterbacks have over the offense, over their receivers, and everybody looks up to them to be able to understand. You see them coming to them individually and talking to them about if they're open or what they need to do to get open. And shit, somebody like AB, he and Lamar here, I'm open. That's all Lamar here. I'm open. I can run past him. I'm open. This kind of thing. Now Lamar looking upfield to try to hit some of these passes that ain't really there. Yeah. So it all depends on where they go to play, man. You got to get the right guy to come in there with AB. He got to be a veteran guy. It's got to be a veteran receiver, like you say, like a AB. Somebody that's willing to take the role and help him. Somebody like and I know the Falcons will never get rid of a Julio Jones, but somebody like that. Come on, man.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
You get your boy Devontae with the 4 pick, and you get rid of Julio. You trade Julio or whatever. Do something with Julio. I don't know, man. I mean, but Lamar need a big. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but he need a big guy, man. He need a big receiver. He got to have a big receiver.
He does.
There's some guys out there, but you got to trade for them. You pretty much got to trade for them.
Yeah, Baltimore still got of course, Baltimore got them a 1st-round pick. It's getting a late 1st round, but at the end of the day, you still got your 1st-round pick. You know what I'm saying? Late. So you could possibly receivers. There's some receivers.
Well, Chase.
Chase, you got Chase, you got
and not to say that.
But Chase gonna be gone by then. Chase ain't staying around.
What they pick? Oh, they pick late. Yeah.
Yeah, they pick late.
They gotta pick late. Yeah, 1st round late. They playoff team.
Yeah.
Chase be gone. Yeah, he be way. Yeah, Devontae be gone.
Yep. What? So you got you got to look at the point of where they who they got around that time. So you looking at some of those receivers that could possibly drop down or whatever. So man, I mean, man, you got the 20. Look, they got the 27th pick in the 1st round. So I mean, you could possibly get you a receiver out of there, but just like you said, not depending on a rookie, a playmaking rookie. I mean, you got this a what loaded receiving class? Is it? Or is it just top 50?
You ain't ready to get no receiver at that late. He ain't gonna be worth a crap going into almost a 2nd round guy.
Yeah.
I mean, not a playmaker. College receivers and veteran NFL receivers, 2 different receivers. You talking about trying to make a rookie Claypool a 1.
Yeah.
He looked like he a 1, but he really not a 1. He a 2. Yeah, he's a 2.
Juju
is a 2.
Yes.
You see what I mean? So there really is no 1. There ain't no 1 on that team at all.
Yeah. And look at Pittsburgh. It's like Pittsburgh got the same player. You got the same player in Juju Smith and Claypool.
Yeah.
You got 2 big receivers. Yep. That's physical. But they 2s, they not 1s. So if you line them up with a Antonio Brown, they look great. But you take Antonio Brown away, you take that 1 away, and then they just who they are. They're a damn 2.
Like Tyreek Hill, he's a 1.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what I mean? He'll a 5 foot, 9, 5 foot 10 1, but he's a 1. He's that guy. He's that guy that everything revolves around.
Facts.
All eyes are always on him.
Yes.
And that's what make everything. I heard something today about it. Say, the Bucks may have to double up Cheetah and Kelsey.
Hell nah.
And I said, boy, if they do that, they in trouble because the Chiefs will kill them. If they gonna have to, here's the thing. They got the linebackers. Well, I put it like this. White can cover Kelsey.
Yeah. Levante David can too.
Yeah,
I think Levante David can. He could cover him. They got the ones that can cover Kelsey.
Well, what problem now that lies in, even if you do that, where I worry a lot is that with Edwards-Helaire running that little circle out the backfield.
That's gonna be a problem.
Now you got to try to go get him, and he already got the football.
Yeah.
That little swing that they run, that little loop to the sideline, up the sideline.
Yeah.
Our the safeties are gonna have to work. They got to work sideline to sideline.
And them D linemen have to get you have to get at the Mahomes and don't let him do the Houdini. He can't be Houdini.
With the left tackle out.
Yeah.
You start left tackle out. That should help a little bit. That should help us a little bit to be able to get in and provide a little bit of pressure. But we know dude is elusive, man. And, the thing about him, he got to be hit. He's got to be hit. Got to be hit. I'm talking about you might even take a 15-yard penalty. You catch them around the 15-yard line with 85 to go.
Touch him up.
You might have to go ahead and buzz him up on that sideline a little late. Go and take them 15 and say, look, this is what's going to happen all day. We're going to send somebody in there all day to do this to you right here. We'll take them 15 because, we head hunting today.
Listen, but you remember back in...
He ain't been scared yet. That's the thing about it.
Thank you.
Nobody put a hand on it.
And back in the days, that's how defensive coordinators used to do. When you was playing against that star quarterback, they say, "Hey, listen, first drive."
Did that. During the bounty game.
Yep. He's like, first drive, man. We want 2. I'm cool with having 2 15-yard penalties first drive. Mm-hmm. If they score, I'm good with it. But you send a message to him to let him know that, this game right here, you better get rid of that ball or we're gonna bust you up. I'm cool with it. Mm-hmm. And them D linemen and them linebackers blitzing them gaps with the intent to hit you late to prove a point. Yep. And then after that first drive, that point is made. And then after that, okay, now let's play football. Mm-hmm. That's it. Mm-hmm. But will they do it? You know what I'm saying? Will they commit? I think that Tampa Bay defense is the most athletic defense. You know what I'm saying? That of course the Chiefs faced them already. Tyreek Hill just 200 something yards.
You take that away. You take that away, and and we good. We
exactly.
Good. So
and I think
by the time we figured that out, that second half, it was too late.
It was too late. They already had a good little cushion, and then Tampa Bay had to do too much to get back in the game. And by that time, you looking at one drive. Hey, let's get a stop.
Game, man. 27-24, man. It wasn't a bad game.
Yep. And you kick the ball back off to them, looking for them to get a stop. When you ain't gonna stop them from getting the first down. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, but just like you say, if you go into the game and you take away just like you say, everything run through Tyreek Hill. Mm-hmm. Everybody can talk all that stuff about Kelsey and all that. I got you. Kelsey's a good receiver, a good tight end, good receiving tight end. But at the end of the day, everything runs through Hill.
It does. It does.
Runs through Hill.
Yeah, he's that guy.
He's the man. He's the man that opens up everything else in the passing game because he just does everything. You know what I'm saying, to that point.
But see, you know how much film they gonna watch on him from the last game, and I'm gonna tell you,
it's already started.
It ain't gonna look the same. It's not gonna look. It's gonna. I mean, because dude got to go back to work, and Tar Bowles got to go back to work. You know, between Bieniemy and Bowles. They working some long hours this week, but they gotta use the same plays because you can't create a whole new playbook. They got to use the same plays
and dress it up different,
but the looks got to be different because Bowles and them looking at these trends and tendencies and whatever, and if they figure it out, Mahomes is done. You know, once and they, like you say, they athletic enough. You know, to play one-on-one. There's not a team. I don't think there's a team in the AFC that defense can defend against Kansas City like Tampa can.
Tampa can, exactly.
They just, if anything, the corners. But Kansas City don't have. I mean, what's the 17? Number 17, the receiver. I forgot his name. But anyway, they not bad. Like I say, you got Cheetah.
Yep.
You got Cheetah. If you can go ahead and get Cheetah on the lockdown, because Kelsey go get some catches. They gonna find a way to get Kelsey touches. Because if you shut Cheetah down, bro, you're done. You're done. Cheetah is the catalyst to that offense.
Yep. You talking about number 17 was McCole Hartman.
Hartman, yeah. Hartman.
He got wheels too.
Yeah, Hartman pretty good. Hartman ain't bad. Yeah, he ain't bad.
Yeah.
And that's why I say I think our corners gonna be tested. You know, we gonna have to hang with them. We got to be right on their hip. We can't be no farther than the hip. You know, because you go 2 lengths away.
Yeah,
they might get away from you. I mean, they remind me of The Greatest Show on Turf.
Oh, yes, indeed.
That's what they remind me of. They actually, that gun slinging, slowing it around. That's what they remind me of. It remind me of The Greatest Show on Turf.
Facts.
They do.
You're right.
So,
and they just sling the ball.
It's just a little harder. It's just a little, the Rams was smooth with theirs.
Yeah.
These cats here, man, it's just like they running around in the street playing football. Like, hey, man, we drawing them up in the hub.
That's how it look too.
That's what it looked like, and it's like, and I'm thinking if Bieniemy is that good, the way he draws some of these plays look, the way they work. Oh my God, man! It's like, dude, you need to stay an offensive coordinator.
Hell yeah!
You make your money doing that. You know, make your money doing that. I seen where Teddy Bruschi got hired, a new job.
Teddy Bruschi,
University of Arizona.
Head coach?
Nope.
Defensive coordinator?
Nope. He's a consultant to the head coach. The head coach came from New England. He was like a coordinator. He done coached I forgot, about 5 places he had coached. So Teddy Bruschi is the advisor to the head coach. He got that position.
Oh.
Yeah, so Teddy Bruschi gone. No more NFL Network or wherever you at, ESPN or whatever. So he gone, man.
And you know what? Guys like that have success in college.
That's what Kevin Sumner was. You know, he got fired.
Yeah, Arizona. Yeah, Kevin Sumner got fired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I mean, and you'll have success down there because you can kind of like appoint that type thing where you can.
But that's what Teddy Bruschi played
in Arizona.
I think Teddy Bruschi played in Arizona. I think that's the college when he went to school.
Oh, okay. See, so if they bring in an alma mater guy, that's different. You know what I'm saying? So they just.
I mean, but you really got Teddy Bruschi, man. Come on, man. What you finna try to do to Arizona? What you trying to make them? What mentality you finna bring them like that?
You know what you doing?
See what I'm saying?
You trying to replicate something.
So now you start looking at the HBCUs. Look at that situation. Okay, you might not have to hire a DeShawn to be the head coach, but get you one of them boys like Ed Reed as a consultant.
Yep.
Huh?
Yep.
Go get you one of them coaches that have been in the league and bring them on as a consultant now. You know, we talk about how the other schools go hire all these Hall of Famers and how they go hire them as consultants. Why not bring them on as consultants? You know, they can fly down the Thursday or Friday before the game or whatever and go over. I mean, they can send film over the computer, man. I look at practice right here.
Yeah.
I'm looking at practice. Oh, man, look at Randall need to get his hand down in the dirt just a little bit more, man. Get his butt down. You know, da-da-da. Oh, he looked good today. You know, he threw the ball well, such.
Yeah.
You know, so you can consult from the house.
Yep.
You know, we set all the equipment up in a room like we gonna do Zoom and we looking at film all day. We watching University of Arizona all day. I gotta make this game plan. I gotta go over this game plan with the offensive coordinator at 7.
Yeah.
You know, he working it out. You fly down to the game, day of the game, morning of the game, night before or something.
Yep. And I always say, I mean, even how we talk about Summerlin, the top quarterback. I mean, top coach. Look at all the quarterbacks he's coached and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Manziel out there at Texas A&M. Them teams that he's coached. Evan Cobb and all them when he was at Houston. And Houston had that high-potent offense. I mean, try to see what a guy like that talking about going to HBCU.
See, a guy like that won't probably because he go want too much. He's been a head coach at, you know, Power 5 schools, and shoot, he ain't gonna want your little 175K, your little 200K.
What's that? He ain't trying to put. Hey, he ain't about to put on no deal for the culture. He like, nah.
I
ain't giving no deal.
Ask Charlie Strong when he get paid. See, that's how you're supposed to get paid as a consultant, right there. Do that.
Yeah, that's fact.
That's it, right there. That part. So. You know, that's what you're doing. You ain't trying to do no 150K. 150K? Per diem for the year, bro.
Exactly.
Some little 8 games we're going to play because of COVID. Shoot. No, they're not. That ain't happening. You know,
that's
but,
great.
You know, there's some NFL guys out there, man. Some ex-NFL guys that have played in the league that, you know, would probably be, you know, one of my boys down in Macon, Georgia, Roger Jackson, you know, scouted, played for the Broncos, you know, Super Bowl, and played with Elway and all the more. He down there in Macon, Georgia, man. He's a announcer for Mercer University football.
Okay.
And you know, he has his own foundation down there in Macon, Georgia. You know what I mean? So, but you know, shoot, Roger, somebody like that, you know, with an HBCU Cookman graduate. He's a Cookman graduate.
Yeah.
So his name has come up as a head coaching candidate at Cookman. You know, being, you know, from Cookman, played in the league. I mean, there you go right there. If you want to do it that way, you can just bring that league experience over there. But, you know, when you bring that league experience, you got to bring it all.
Yeah.
You know, you can't have half of it. Can't have half of it. You know, sometimes I'm watching Dion on a lot of stuff he's doing. I'm like, man, is he confusing me every once in a while? You know, I get a little confused. Like, what is he doing? I don't know. You know, you look good, you play good, you this and that and that. You know, selling Jackson State, man. Selling Jackson State for me. And I guess that's what needs to happen with these schools also. They need to be sold. They need to be believed in. They need to be, you know, put back in the lives of the kids that everybody ain't gonna hit them Power 5s. They ain't gonna see them. They ain't gonna be able to get that swag, you know. So yeah, you might be able to just get 2 T-shirts and you know, some shorts.
Yeah.
But you're on the field, you're playing ball, you're in a good conference. You know, the swag comes back and becomes that super conference. Everything be good, man. We'll be all right.
Yep.
We'll be fine.
And I think that, like, going back to what you said about Deion Sanders, you know that he's all in because he's brought his kids in. Now, if his son was still going to FAU and then the other son was still, you know, at South Carolina, then, exactly. But when you bring your own kids to the fold, oh yeah, well, you know you dug in deep, you entrenched deep. So you know what I'm saying. You trying you ain't, you selling the program. You trying to do just like you said. You brought NFL coaches there. You totally in. You bringing the money in, the Under Armour contract, all that stuff in. So you totally in for the long haul. You know what I'm saying? And because you got a son that you just brought there. And
I believe he's 100% in. I believe he is 100% into it.
Yeah.
Everybody's anticipating what kind of product they go see. I'm expecting them to look good, to be sharp. I'm pretty sure it's going to be interesting watching him. I watched him coach the high school, and he's a little. Not flamboyant, but he's there. He tried to be cool about it, but that's DeShawn Sanders, man. Come on,
It's still D.
And now he get to holler a little bit. He get to get on the field and the referee face a little bit, this and that. It ain't high school no more. You know what I mean? And they already done put the little feelers out. The little report gonna be, hey, it's DeShawn Sanders. Hey, don't be intimidated, that flag, blah, blah. And I'm sure he go get some flags because.
Oh, of course.
He go get a few flags. He'll get a few. He got to stick up for his team.
Yep. And the mic's gonna be in his face, and the camera.
They go test him now. They go test him. You ain't seen nothing like this since Herman Boone, man.
Come on.
Shoot, boy, since Herman Boone, man. Shoot,
so I say, and we gotta anticipate. Our brother, DeShawn Sanders up at Jackson State, the team that he gonna put out in the next 3 weeks, totally different from the team that's gonna be out there in the fall. Yeah. Because of the COVID rules since the SWAC and the MEAC and all the black college football coming back, and they playing the season after college, and all those guys that transferred in. If you played in the fall, you cannot play in the spring. So it's going to be totally just like how you talked about before. You had all those freshmen on that roster.
Right.
Those be the guys playing. Everybody else get a head start for the fall season, but it'll be totally different. But and they not going to give DeShawn a pass. No. They still not gonna give him a pass.
No.
They're gonna go out there and beat his ass, and then they're gonna talk junk about it, and all that stuff. And then they're gonna write stories. Oh my God! Looks like this Jackson experience isn't gonna work, and all that stuff.
Yeah, but what if it worked? What if it worked from day one?
Yep.
This is a swag now. Come on.
Exactly. Ain't like we paying SEC football.
This ain't SEC. Ain't SEC football. Ain't that Big Hill Griffin that first weekend. See what I'm saying? So right. So, you talking about Jackson State. Hey, all that hoopla, it might scare some people.
Yeah.
You got some guys on the other side, the Alcorn, and they ain't played no kind of football like SWAC football, like real football.
Yeah.
And get in some dog fights and DeShawn them pull some things out of him because DeShawn he ain't gonna have no garbage. I can tell you that much. I don't think that he gonna put up with a lot. I think he gonna be real lenient. Not lenient. I think he gonna be real strict about the discipline and that product that he put out on that field. Boy, you got to be on your best behavior. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Oh yeah.
Because that's basically how DeShawn was. As arrogant as DeShawn was and whatever. Yeah.
He was disciplined.
He was very disciplined. Yeah. You know what I mean? His game, when he took that thing off and looked back at that QB, I baited your behind.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And he had to say nothing.
Yeah, and people
say nothing. They had to do nothing.
Yeah, people talk about his showboating, as they call it, and talk about his trash talking.
Backed up.
And DeShawn even said that he practiced all that. Mm-hmm. He said before the game, he would practice what he gonna say. And if he say this, I'm gonna say that. When the camera get in my face, I'm gonna say this. DeShawn was like,
all that was DeShawn, man. We all play games in our head, man.
Yeah.
And especially when it comes to sports. I mean, how many times you been in the game, man, looking at the lights and the people in the stands like, man, this the playoffs, man. This is, I'm in the league. That kind of thing. And it's like you was there. It was like you put yourself in that situation. And DeShawn just was one of them guys that everything was a stage. Everything he did was it was publicized.
Yes.
And he sold himself. He was like Ali.
Thank you.
You know, he was that had that charisma about himself that everybody paid attention to it, you know, and he would back it up. He'd do something and back it up. He told you he was gonna do something, he did it.
Yep.
If he didn't tell you he was gonna do something, he did it.
Yep.
You know, you running down, you pick a ball off in Atlanta, and you headed down the sideline talking about, this is my house. I built this house. The whole time you running down the sideline. You done took a big six back. This is my house. I built this house.
Hot stepping from the 20.
You remember him down there fighting him and Andre Rising?
Yeah, I remember that.
Throwing hands out there, just
throwing hands in the game.
Oh my goodness, man.
Throw hands and then he catch a pick, and then he catch the pick 6 in the fourth quarter and take it to the crib.
Come on, man.
Looking at the sideline the whole time, just like you say, talking trash to him.
DeShawn told him, "This is my house.
Come on, man.
I built this house."
And then we always, everybody always want to, like, when it comes to superstar athletes like DeShawn and all of them, they always want to talk about their athletic ability. Nobody wants to talk about how smart DeShawn was, how much film DeShawn watched. Man, you talk to guys that say, you know, I'm in with the Dallas Cowboys when they say DeShawn came to the team, and some of the guys were kind of skeptical. They said, man, they'll be leaving the game, DeShawn watching film on the plane of the next opponent. They like, man, we just got finished with the game. Cats like, nah, DeShawn already got the film in of the receiver that he about to play against. He already watching the film on the ride back home. So they said that's how diligent he was to his craft. So DeShawn ain't just wake up, you know, oh, God bless me with this talent.
I'm wondering to myself, though, about, you know, you talk about preparation. In today's high school and college, how much preparation, film study do these players really take advantage of? Do they actually utilize film study like we used to have to do back in the day? We used to have to watch film. I mean, because
we watched it as a team.
You played opponents that it wasn't like it was the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Giants, the NFC East. You knew them teams. Oh, man, them teams right there, really, you know, we got to watch them. And, you know, you had teams that in high school and things, you know, you had your schools from the county that you had to play based on your conference and whatever. But there were some schools that you didn't have film on. You had to get film, and sometimes people wouldn't provide you no film. You know, other schools wouldn't give you the film. The team that you were playing wasn't going to give you the film.
Yes.
You know, so we catch film like off of a team that we was playing, but we still had to play the other team.
Exactly.
That was doing that film. They give us the film of that game, the third game, where we got them the fifth game of the season. Well, ain't much gonna change in high school so you got some film on them if you can't get no more film. But coaches used to pass film around like that, high school to high school, based on who you were playing, or college to college. You know, and now it's man technology now, man. Shoot, any game you want to watch of University of Alabama, you just pull it up and start watching it. You know, games and they have access. You know, the access like that now. Or whoever else you want to watch, you playing based on any game. You know, it's a database now. You know, database back in the day, it was film on reels on a projector. Yeah. You know, last time I watched some film. so you know, but I was watching VHS. I wonder what you see, y'all had pop in and we had to look back in the day, man. You know, shoot. Man,
but it's like you say, with nowadays with football, like the film is more accessible. I know my son plays high school football. You know, he in the 10th grade, and I remember him having like film on his phone. Like the coaches send him on a little app. Boom, they download the film. I'm like, oh shoot, let's watch it. So he's watching his practice reps and going over, you know, that, hey man, work on this and work on that. So we watching it together and stuff like that. We watching game film. Like that. So now technology has made it that much easier. So just like you said, but how many kids are actually taking advantage of that? And I think I think that's the difference in between a 5-star and a 4-star.
See, a lot of them guys out there, when you running out there watching them kids play, you know, I'm gonna call out some schools, Northwestern,
St. Thomas acquaintance.
Not even like St. Thomas. I think St. Thomas is they may not be no different, but they may approach it a little different. Yeah. So, but a lot of them kids out there playing on raw talent.
Oh yeah.
You ain't gotta watch film of the receiver from BA, from Boyd Anderson, because I'm better than him.
Yeah, I think that's how. Yeah, somebody can think that. Yeah,
you got some linebackers that we can just shed blockers and we just hit you. Yeah. You don't need to know what's going on in the backfield if that guy move over here or whatever like that. You just go to the ball and hit. And I think that's how they get coached. And a lot of the when you got like the team down in I don't know if it was Central, where they had the female that was the record driver that was coaching. Her and Luke. What was the school her and Luke was coaching?
Oh, so Luke when Luke. I know Luke right now. I don't know. I don't think it was Central.
Luke, okay, well, maybe not Central. I don't remember what team it was. But anyway, they were coaching. It was a record driver, female, from one of the TV shows, and Luke was coaching a high school football team down there.
Yeah. So right now, Miami Edison. It's Edison.
Edison. That's what he went to school, Edison. Wow. So here's the thing. So my thing is this. St. Thomas probably ain't got no record driver and no rapper coaching their football team.
But they got Hall of Famers.
See what I'm saying? So I know that what the film study looks, what them rooms look like at St. Thomas, I know what they look like at Edison.
Come on.
So there is a difference in preparation. Like you said, there may be several 5-stars that never mature to 5-stars just based on the instruction that they're receiving.
Facts. And we know if we go to Edison, we're going to see 5-stars running out, and I feel like, God, look at that receiver. But just like you say, hey, we look at his stars, man, he a 2-star. That's not what we saw tonight. Man, this boy is 6'5", 200 pounds, running a 4.340.
Yeah, see, a lot of them coaching their positions. That's all they are, coaching positions. Is somebody in because they played high school football, and that was it. Well, he played college. Oh, he didn't play college football. He ain't never go to college. Yeah. And he coaching. How can somebody do that never done it? How can they do that? Yeah. How can you give my son proper instructions on development if you never developed?
Come on.
You don't know what is, you know what I mean? And I never understood that, but I guess that a lot of it's raw talent. A lot of the talent that you see, and how much does that happen when you get to college and everybody are stars? They came from everywhere. They was all stars somewhere, all state somewhere. They on scholarship just like you. They don't play ball. They ain't nobody fresh first year with a helmet on. And you got to go and deal with that. But you weren't, you know what I mean? This joke was talking about audibles and different hot reads and you ain't never, what? I only know about I write 36 power. It ain't nothing. We gonna hand it off to our best running back. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. They go to holes. You get through one of the, you going through the 2 holes. You the 3 back, go through. That's simple coaching, and that's what it looked like when you get a team like a St. Thomas or like the Bishop Gorham or some of them teams that you see on TV when they're playing. They're a little bit more complicated. They offenses, you start looking at some of their coordinators and their quarterback coaches and all that. They done played some ball. They done some things.
Yeah, exactly.
So preparation for the next level, man. I mean, we far behind in a lot of areas that, I think that some of them guys at the HBCU with DeShawn is gonna help along. It's gonna bring in the kind of coaches that can actually help them and do some things. You know what I mean? Because they've coached winners before, like dudes. His offensive coordinator, Dion.
Yeah. The offensive coordinator that just got hired. Yeah.
I mean, we got one, Jason Phillips. Yeah. He coached, like I say, with Dennis Green. He coached under Sherm Lewis. He was a wide receiver for Andre Ware at University of Houston. He coached Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Jake Reed. You know, you don't think he gonna help some receivers and some quarterbacks? I mean, Gary Harrell, he's like a OC. He coached 2 years with Lane Kiffin at FAU.
Oh wow!
So, I mean, they gonna Deion know what he's doing. Deion ain't got to call no plays. Nah. You got guys that know how to call plays, and this swag football. This ain't Power 5 football now. This ain't Michigan. You know, this Power 5 football. Some dude gonna make some mistakes on that other side. You know, for sure. It's gonna be some long runs and some bombs thrown. You know, track meet. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I think it's just like we said, man. We anticipated, man. We love it, man. Just, the difference is gonna show. You putting a spotlight on, industry of football that's been needing that spotlight. I was reading the book. You know what I'm saying? They was talking about the back in the days when they had the powerhouses back in the 60s, and they was talking about Morgan State.
Oh yeah,
played Grambling University. Mm-hmm. Back, Eddie Robinson and on the other, all that good stuff they had, and that's when this was the powerhouse, football. Mm-hmm. Man, they played at Yankee Stadium.
Mm-hmm. I remember
64,000 people sold out football game.
I remember
64,000. I think this was in 19. As a matter of fact, they said that this game was played because they said that the two coaches signed the contract to play the game. Eddie Robinson and the coach then for Morgan State signed the contract to play the game at the funeral of Martin Luther King.
Oh, dang. Wow.
Because they say that's where they all met up for that funeral. They came for that funeral, and then that's where they finally was at the same place, blah, 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 and then they signed the contract to play that game. And they had it at, come on. Yes. Back in it. So Sergeant Major. And so I'm reading this, and this is my first time. I'm like, hold up. Mm-hmm. They sold out, and they was talking about how, everybody was talking about, well, black college football, and now you bring in two teams. I mean, one team out of Baltimore, the other team coming way out of Louisiana. Are the fans gonna come? Man, 64,000 people sold out.
But I think they played that game a number of times at Yankee Stadium.
Yep.
I don't think that's the only time that's been done. I think they played again in Yankee Stadium. I know Grambling did, but
yep.
Oh, man.
Like we talking about, that goes the powerhouse right there, man.
Well, it's going to work. It's going to work. Yep. I tell you, man, we just give them a chance, and it's going to work. We still going to do the HBCU one. Probably going to push it back to after the Super Bowl. But I know we're going to do something this week on the Super Bowl.
Definitely.
So we'll have something for everybody. Super Bowl, getting ready for this thing, getting ready for my Buccaneers to go ahead and put one in the books. Yeah, boy, I'll go from worst to first again. Yeah, worst to first, boy. That's
all
it.
All I say is I want to see Brady, all that GOAT stuff and all that. Oh, the referees in his pocket. You know what? Keep him in his pocket.
Don't worry about it. We don't see the GOAT.
Don't slow it down. Exactly.
Damn.
I want to see all that.
I be talking about bad, but that ain't the GOAT. That's a sheep. I'm like, man, what the GOAT say? The GOAT don't. The GOAT do like this. The GOAT on our fingers like this. You're like, look at GOAT throwing up signs on y'all, ring around all those fingers, boy. He need one more, man. He need another one. But that would have been 9, bro. But that's all right. Golly.
Hey, man. He should have been. He could have been missing something too. It's Seattle, Atlanta. They added to the lore of the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? You gave him rings.
Yeah, you gave him the status, man. You gave him GOAT status. You just handed it to him.
Yep. He gonna pen him a letter when he retired. He gonna send a letter. He gonna probably send a Super Bowl ring and letters to Seattle and Atlanta and say thank you for helping me be a great you know what I'm saying, the best of all time.
Yeah, I don't think nobody else gonna get nowhere close, man.
Nah, man, 10 Super Bowls,
I don't think
man.
nobody gonna be close to that. I don't think the Mahomes or nobody else going to, and let alone win 7.
Come on now.
6, but I'm gonna say 6.
Yeah.
I don't think nobody gonna do it, man. I just don't believe it's in the cards. It can't be done.
They had a stat on ESPN that said that Tom Brady, this Super Bowl, would have played in 18% of all the Super Bowls played in the NFL. Lord have mercy. That's crazy. Like I said, half of his career, half of Tom Brady's career has been playing Super Bowl seasons. What other player can say, man, half my career been playing Super Bowl seasons? That's it. Except some guys that played with Tom Brady. Like some cornerbacks that played 8 seasons and, you know, went to 5, Super Bowl seasons or whatever. But, yeah, that's crazy, yeah. But, yeah, man, we can wrap this thing up, man. Good.
All right. Yeah. Let's do that. We're going to get back on it, man. Get ready for the Super Bowl Super Bowl version of this whole thing. We get some stats together, get some things together, man. And we probably might even have a guest on the show for the Super Bowl, man. We're trying to put together a couple of guests, and we can see if we can have some guests on here, man, and see how they vibe, and see how things go.
Good, man. That'd be awesome right there.
All right. Well, once again, man, another good one, and I sure appreciate it, man. Enjoy it, and I get it posted up, and we'll be good. I'll holler at you.
All right.
All right, bro.